Hello students. Let us start the next chapter, that is chapter 14 of NCERT, which is statistics. Now statistics to some extent we have done in standard 9. Again from a quick revision of standard 9 topic of statistics. After doing that we will be coming to the topic of standard 10. Kindly note that in standard 10 the topic ogive or the cumulative frequency polygon is deleted this year. Now let us start the definition of statistics, the branch of mathematics that deals with collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data is called statistics. That is a raw data which we collect, then we organize, we analyze, we interpret that what type it is, and then we present it. So now this all this process is called statistics. What we do for all this means what we collect a data. Means presentation of data is called statistics. So what is data? The numerical observations are called the data. Now types of data is primary data and secondary data. Primary data is the data collected by the investigator himself, and secondary data is the data taken from some other source. Let us take an example for primary data. Suppose I ask any student to collect the marks obtained by the class or the students of the class in mathematics. Suppose I ask roll number 1 to collect the marks of the students of his class in mathematics. So he will be writing roll number 1, this one got 40 marks. Roll number 2, this one got 42 marks. 76 marks, 94 marks, and so on. So he is collecting the data of the marks obtained by the students of a particular class by himself. He will collect the data and will be giving to me. Now again I ask the student or that same student or any other student to collect the amount of the rainfall in India. So obviously that student will not be going to each and every state or each and every place where there is rainfall. He will be simply collecting the data of the amount of the rainfall in different parts of India through any source. That source can be Google, can be any news magazine, or can be through any other means information, or can be any through any other channels. So that information, that data which he is getting from some other source is called the secondary data. I think you understand nicely now. Now the known information, that is the information, that is the topics which we are knowing from standard 9 is classification of data into grouped and ungrouped data. Now, ungrouped data, if we want to define ungrouped data, the data or the numbers obtained in the original form which is not arranged is called the ungrouped data. And this if we arrange it either in means in form of a discrete distribution or a group distribution, means class interval distribution, it becomes a grouped distribution. So we are knowing the classification of data into grouped and ungrouped form. Next, which we are knowing is representation of data by bar graphs, histogram, and frequency polygon. This you are doing bar graph, histogram. You have done in standard 8 as well. The next thing which we have done in standard 9 is mean, median, mode of ungrouped data. We haven't done this median and mode, and obviously mean also for the grouped frequency distribution, which we will be doing in standard 10. So in standard 10 what we will be doing actually is so in class 10 actually what we will be doing is mean, median, mode for ungrouped, which we have already done, as well as for grouped data. Grouped data. Next, we will be knowing about cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Obviously, cumulative frequency curve is not coming, but a brief introduction obviously I'll be giving. And anything else? No, I don't think. This much only is the syllabus of statistics in class 10, which we will be doing in detail. So let us start. So topic 1. Before starting the topic, that is the main for the group data, let us know something which we have. Maybe you are familiar with array, 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 arranging of given or data, a given data in arranged form. A given data in arranged form is called an array. Arranged form can be increasing or decreasing order. For example, a data is 3, 5, 1, 7, 2. So array will be 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 or 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. I think you understand. Next, this also we have done in standard 9, but even then before starting class 10 syllabus, you should know class mark. So suppose the class intervals are 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. This is the class interval. Then class mark we write as CM. This is denoted by X, and X is also called variate. X is also called variate. Now class mark is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit by 2 equals to 5. For every means class interval, class mark is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So over here 15, over here it will come as 25. Now, when calculating the class mark for a given frequency distribution, for group frequency distribution, you find the class mark for the first class interval, and for the rest you find the class size and then go on adding the class size. So here, since the class size, that is upper limit minus lower limit, is 10, I calculated, or I will calculate the class mark for the first class interval as 5, then go on adding 10 to each consecutive class marks, and to the class marks, and then I'll be getting the each consecutive class marks. So I think now you understand. Here only I'll calculate 5, and then I'll be going to add 10, 10, 10 and so on, since the class size is 10, and I'll be getting the consecutive class marks. So class marks definition: lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Number 3, class size, upper limit minus lower limit, you are knowing right now. I have told also class size is upper limit minus lower limit for a given class interval. Number 4, range is highest value minus lowest value, or variate also we can say. So in this number 1 example which I gave over there, range will be equals to 7 minus 1 equals to 6. Now let us move to the first topic, of measures of central tendency, that is mean. Now keep in mind what is measure of central tendency also. The value which depicts or dominates, or which is the central value of a given set of the observation, is called the measure of means how to find the central value of a given set of observation is called the measure of central tendency. Now measures of central tendency, there are three measures of central tendency: the mean, median and mode. Now right now we are doing mean. Mean, we have means done for the ungrouped data. Mean is the set of for a set of observations, is the mean is the sum of observations divided by the number of observations. So mean of n observations, if n observations we write as x1, x2, x3 up to xn, mean will be defined as mean equals to x bar equals to x1 plus x2 plus up through so on xn divided by n equals to summation I equals to 1 to n xi divided by n. Now mean for grouped data. Now this group data can be discrete frequency distribution, discrete frequency distribution, or class interval based frequency distribution. Now in discrete frequency distribution, observations are given and their respective frequencies. Suppose over here 30, 40, 50, and over here observations are given 2, 4, 10, and so on. Now class interval based frequency distribution. In this, class interval is given variate and this frequency. Then over here 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Then X we make, that is the class mark. Class mark over here is 5, then 15, then 25, and so on. And the respective frequencies will be given. So let us first know how to find the mean for grouped data. Mean for grouped frequency distribution. Mean for grouped frequency distribution. Now we will know three methods to find the mean. First one is direct method. Number two is assumed mean method. And the third one is step deviation method. Step deviation method. Now let us know about all these three methods in detail. So first one is direct method. Now in direct method, suppose class interval is given, we make class mark or the variate column. Frequency will be given. We will be making f into x column. Okay. So class interval, suppose 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Now variate will be 5, 15, 25. Frequency suppose 2, 5, 3. Then fx we will do 10, 75, 75. Then we will be finding summation of fx. Summation fx will be over here 0 and 1, 5. So 150. And summation f will be 8 and 10. Then mean equals to mean equals to x bar equals to summation of fx divided by summation of f. Now here, if you want to write I, so we will be writing summation I equals to 1 2 3. I equals to 1 to 3. Over here I equals to 1 to 3. Over here also I equals to 1 to 3. I equals to 1 to 3. So if you wish you can write, or you can directly do with summation sign as well. So over here summation fx is 150 and summation f is 10. So mean equals to 15. Okay. So direct method, the formula is, keep in mind, by direct method mean equals to summation fx divided by summation f. Write somewhere. Okay. Now let us go to number 2. Assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Now as the name suggests, assumed mean, so we have to assume a mean. So in this also, let us make a dummy table. The class interval will be given, then you will make the x, that is the variate or the class mark, then f will be given. These two columns are given in the question paper. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, suppose. Over here 5, 15, 25, 35. Frequency randomly, whatever we wish, I am writing. Okay. Now we have to assume a mean over here. Now mean, we always assume the middlemost. ठीक है ना? The means the assume means one mean we have to assume. I will be trying to assume the mean which is in the middle. Now over here 4 observations are there. So 2 observations are coming in the middle. So I can assume, or we will assume the number as the assume mean which has the higher frequency. So here 15 has the higher frequency. So I'll be taking 15 as the assumed mean. Now children, if you say that if I take 25 as the assumed mean, if I take 5 as the assumed mean, if I take 35 as the assumed mean, children don't worry, any variate you can take as the assumed mean, you will be getting the same answer. That means only for the sake of generality, we take the middle one as the assume mean, and that also if two terms are coming in middle, the number which has the higher frequency is taken as the assume mean. Keep in mind. So assume mean formula, first let us write. Mean equals to x bar equals to a plus summation fi into di by summation fi, where a is the assumed mean and di equals to xi minus of a, where a is the assumed mean and xi is the variate. So di is the difference of each variate from the assumed mean. So first over here we will be calculating di equals to xi minus of a. Okay, where a we have assumed as 15. So xi minus a, that is 5 minus 15, will come as minus 10. 15 minus 15 is 0. Then over here 25 minus 15 is again 10. Then 35 minus 15 is 20. Okay. Next column is fi into di. Now fi into di, this two. If I write this as fi, so fi into di is minus 20, 0, 20 and 60. Now a question arises, children, if the method of direct method is there, then why assume mean and then step deviation method of finding the mean? Children, the assume mean method and the step deviation method has been given for calculation of the mean for a given frequency distribution, so that calculation will be lesser. If the given numbers are small in value, then directly we can calculate with the direct method, no problem, because in multiplication the numbers we are getting small numbers. But if the numbers are big numbers, suppose in 1235 into 725, for that we have to show the we have to multiply, it means time consuming. To save the time, the other two methods, that is the assume mean method and the step deviation method, has been introduced. So again I am coming back over here. This is 60. So summation fi into di will be equals to, sum of all this will be equals to 60, and summation fi will be equals to, over there, sorry, summation fi is here, very sorry, summation fi equals to 12. Therefore mean equals to a plus summation fi into di by summation fi. Now a value is 15 plus summation fi di is 60 and summation fi is 12. So answer is 20. So this is the assumed mean method. Now let us go to a sum. Go to the third method, that is the step deviation method. Now step deviation method, step deviation method. Now in this method, the formula for the mean is given as mean equals to x bar equals to a plus summation fi into ui by summation fi into h, where a is the assumed mean, ui equals to xi minus a by h, and h equals to width or the size of the class interval. ठीक है, ui equals to xi minus of a by h, where a is the assumed mean, h is the width of the class interval. So let us do one example. Class interval, so 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, let us write. Then the second variate column we will be making, f column is given 2, 3, 1, 5, 4, let us write. ठीक है, then f column is given, so first x let us make, over here 5, 15, 25, 35, and 45. ठीक है, now over here xi minus a by h, so directly I can write ui, or first I can make the column of xi minus a, then the column of xi minus a by h, whatever you wish. Now first of all we have to find the assumed mean. So assume mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 observations are there and the middlemost is 25. So this I am taking as the assumed mean. You can take, I repeat, the assume mean any of the terms over here. You will be getting the same answer. I repeat. Now ui is equals to xi minus a by h, and h equals to 10. Width of the class interval is 10. So ui equals to xi minus a by h. So 5 minus 25. For the first one it is 5 minus 25 by h. H is 10. So it will be equals to minus 20 by 10 equals to minus 2. So this much calculation is not required to be shown. You can do it in rough or can write directly. In your mind you can do the calculation. Again 15 minus 25 is minus 10, and minus 10 by 10 is minus 1, and this one is 0. 35 minus 25 is 10. 10 by 10 is 1. 45 minus 25 is 20, and 20 by 10 is 2. So we have got the ui column. Next is fi into ui column. These two multiplications. So minus 4, minus 3, 0, 5, and 8. I think now you are able to understand. Now over here summation fi into ui, sum of all fi ui we have to find. So 8 and 5, 13, and 7. So over here 13 minus of 7, 6. Okay, and summation fi is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is 15. Okay, so h is 0 we have written. So mean equals to a plus summation fi into ui by summation fi into h. A is 25 plus 6 by 15 into h value is 10. Sorry, 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are, and 3 2s are. So it is 25 plus of 4 equals to 29. So the mean value is 29. So I think you understood that is the methods for finding the mean for grouped frequency distribution. Number one was direct method, number two was assuming method, and number three was step deviation method. Now we will be doing a sum, and sum by all the means one particular example we will be taking, and for that example we will be finding the mean by all three methods. So let us move for that. Okay, the sum which I have written over here is find the mean of the given data by all three methods. Now I haven't mentioned over here CI column because I want to utilize the whole space for actually solving the sum by three methods. So over here, if my CI column is given, you can make the variate column. So CI column I haven't written. CI column you can take it as over here. If variate is 10, you can write over here 0 to 20, then 20 to 40, and so on. Okay. So here X column, here F column, and we have to find the mean by all the three methods. In some questions, the CI column may not be given, and the X column only may be given. So let us proceed with this given data. Now, for the direct method, we need fx. For this assume mean method, we need di equals to xi minus a. Di equals to xi minus of a. Now for the step deviation method, we need ui is equals to xi minus a by h. So we can write over here xi minus a by h, or directly we can write over here this di by h. Okay. Now here fi, wait, first let us write fi into di. Fi into di, then ui equals to xi minus a by h, then fi into ui. So that means with this data all three methods can be covered. So first fx, so 70, 240, 500, then 1050, then 900. Summation f equals to 50. Now summation fx equals to 0 to 760. Let us first check. Yes, correct. Now Therefore, we are finding now mean equals to x bar by direct method equals to summation fx by summation f. Now summation fx is coming as 2760 by summation f, that is 50. So 5 5s are 0.2. Okay. Now di equals to xi minus a. First we have to assume a 1 2 3 4 5. So this I am assuming as a. Assuming. Assuming. Okay. Now xi minus a, 10 minus of 40, 50 is minus of 40, 30 minus 50 is minus of 20, 50 minus 50 is 0, 70 minus 50 is 20, and 90 minus 50 is 40. Okay. Fi into di, these two, minus 280, minus 160, 0, 300, and over here 400. Okay. Now summation Fi into di equals to 700 minus 440, 260. Okay. So mean equals to x bar by assumed mean method equals to a plus summation fi into di by summation fi. So a is 50 plus summation fi into di is 260 by summation fi is 50. 50. So this will be 50 plus 5.2 equals to 55.2. Now ui equals to xi minus a by h, and h value is 20 minus of 10, that is, sorry, 30 minus of 10, that is 20. If class interval is not given, h value, that is the width, will be equals to the difference between any two consecutive class marks. See over here. Now ui is equals to xi minus a by h, and xi minus a actually we have calculated. So again no need to calculate it. So minus of 40 by 20 will be minus of 4, minus of 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay. Fi into ui. Fi into ui. 20. 10 twos are 15 ones are 10 zeros are, then 8 into minus 1 and 7 into minus 4 is minus of 28. Okay. Then I think I have done somewhere. Sorry. Minus 40 by 20. Minus 40 by 20 will be minus of 2. Here the mistake was. Yes. I found the mistake because over here you can see it is minus 4 by 2 is minus 2. 2 by 2 is minus 1. And so it's all divided by 20. So over here I detected my mistake. So it is minus 2, minus 1, 1, and then 2. Now fi into ui will be minus of 14. Very sorry. Minus of 14. Then over here minus 8, 0. Then 15. Yes, correct. And 20. Very good. So fi into ui. Summation fi into ui we have to calculate. Summation fi into ui. So this will be equals to 35 minus 22. So 3 and over here 3 minus 2 is 1. So 13. So summation fi into ui is 13. So mean, this one is the first one. Mean equals to mean equals to x bar by step deviation method. Step deviation method equals to a plus summation fi into ui by summation fi into h. A is 50 plus summation fi into ui is 13 by summation fi is 50 into h is 20. So same thing it is coming. So over here 50 plus of 5.2, it is 55.2. So children, you can see over here mean by step deviation 55.2, mean by assumed mean method 55.2, mean by direct method 55.2. So one sum, and we have discussed all the three methods. So whatever question comes related to this three methods, you can do it by your own. Now in the question, if it is written specified that do by this method only, you don't have any choice, you have to do by that particular method only. But if it is not mentioned, means that particular method, simply it is written find the mean for the given frequency distribution, you can opt any of the methods. It's advisable to use the step deviation method because in this calculation is lesser compared to the other two. So now let us move to the next section. In the next section of finding the means the topic for finding the mean, one section comes as finding the missing frequency. Missing frequency. So children, here the same method you will be doing, that is you'll be finding the mean, but whenever the question comes to find the missing frequency, keep in mind the mean value will be given. So mean is given and you have to find the missing frequency. So you will be getting something means a variable term in LHS, and then you will be solving a linear equation you will be getting in terms of that variable, and you will be solving to get the value of that constant or the variable of that unknown term. So let us find a sum and do it. The question is the mean of the given data is 14. Find the value of k. Find the value of k. So let us do that question first. X column is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And F column is 7K845. 7K845. So this much only question is given. We have to find the value of K and the mean is given as such. So when we find the mean by direct method, we first find the column of fx. So fx 360 plus 10k. So summation fx equals to summation fx. So summation fx is coming as 360 plus 10k. Now mean equals to 14. Therefore summation fx by summation f equals to 14. This implies 360 plus 10k by summation f. So summation f also we have to find. Summation f equals to 24 plus k. Summation f is 24 plus k. So we will be dividing over here by summation f. So 24 plus k equals to 14. Oh sorry, I continued with red pen. I have to do with black. This implies 360 plus 10k equals to 240, 336 plus of 14k. So this implies 14k minus 10k equals to 336, sorry, equals to 360 minus 336. So this implies 4k equals to 60 minus 36, 4, 5 minus 3 is 2, 24. Therefore k equals to 24 by 4 equals to 6. So the unknown value which is being asked in the question, value of k is 6. So it's an easy sum, and if this sum comes, it will come under 2 mark section. So children, don't miss it. In statistics, the children used to score the full marks. So I suppose my students will also not lose any marks from statistics. So let us move to the next section of measure of central tendency, that is median.